Hello, what is up ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the one and only Maxi here, and I am back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario vs Donkey Kong for the Game Boy Advance. So, last time we had basically managed to able to 100% everything in terms of Mario Toy Factory from the likes of World 1+. So today for this episode is the fact that we're going to be moving on to the forms of the next Plus World, and this time we're going to be heading over straight onto the forms of World 2+. And that's what appears to be takes place right back into Donkey Kong Jungle again, but rather causing it just that, it just now calls it Donkey Kong Jungle Plus. Which, as far as I can tell, the environment is exactly the same as the forms of how it does it on the main world, except the fact that, well, obviously a noticeable difference now is, of course, we need to rescue Mini Marios and all that stuff. So, yeah, let's begin, shall we? So, well, this stage seems pretty simple, especially noticeable that, although it does get a bit difficult though, like I said, and it's especially true when you have to deal with a lot of timing requirements here. Specifically, that we need to rely on these specific, plant-like enemies, as you can see, and basically we need to avoid them at all times, assuming if you either don't touch them, or if you accidentally manage to get hit by the forms of, well, any projectiles or what have you, or in some other death situations that, if you let your Mini Mario dies from any enemy encounters, or the actual enemy projectiles they've thrown at you, if the Mini Mario will, get died, then you will waste a life. So, potentially there are multiple ways you can die in these Plus Worlds, like, obviously you still die in one hit by, you know, multiple stuff all at once, or multiple things that'll try to kill you, but also if you manage to let your Mini Mario get touched by the forms of any enemy encounters or projectiles, and eventually lava, and especially noticeable with electricity included, that's basically that you'll waste a life as well. So because of that though, yeah, that's why I'm going to be able to try to go after, well, all of the presents in particular, because that is where the game starts to get a lot challenging. So because of that, we'll try to cope with this, so don't worry. So, and I just realized that World 2-2 is by far the shortest level in the game, just because, for one, the actual state itself wasn't all that huge to begin with, and plus, that there's no scrolling involved. So it's just literally, it's just like a still level filled to the brim with like a similar mechanic as Donkey Kong Jr. was, and basically we need to take down the insane amount of those. Well, to be more specifically, 3 rhinos, so just in case we can able to protect Mini Mario before we're able to finish the level as possible. So, yeah, that seems like a pretty cool and easy level as far as I can tell, but you have to be so reliant on timing and what have you, so... Alright, so level 2-3. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Especially we got ourselves the returning sand blocks ever since in, I can't believe what the last time we did manage to come across into sand blocks. I think it's more accurately like World 3 or something. Although, oh, wait a second, it was World 5. Because in World 5 in, level 6, that's, basically we stumbled across these sand blocks. So... again, forgive me about the forms of the actual fake memory and stuff like that occasionally, but it's just the fact the matter is though it's been 2 days since I actually last touched this. So, yeah, a few things I want to explain, and that is the fact that today's day is, of course, the 25th of November today, in this case in 2021 today. So, in addition to that, we're getting pretty close to the final month of 2021, which is, of course, December, before we moved on to a new year, which is, of course, 2022, and of course that since this is today's day is the 25th today, so this means that happy 10 years old for the UK release of both Sonic Generations for the Nintendo 3DS and also Kirby's Adventure Wii, aka Kirby's Return to Dreamland from North America. So yeah, happy 10-year anniversary with both games combined for one on the 3DS and one for the Wii. And what do I think? What after all these years, after we managed to able to got those 2 games back to back, I still enjoyed them, even though mind you that well, in Sonic Generations for the 3DS does seem to be far lacking with 3D and stuff like that. Well, except for the 3D Super Sculpted 3D effect, well, I think the 3D effect looks cool, don't get me wrong. but the actual gameplay doesn't involve around the 3D aspect, unlike the console counterparts that does manage to incorporate 3D and stuff like that. But I totally get that because it's on a handheld, unlike the forms of the console versions, that it does have a lot of capabilities of, you know, the graphical engine and stuff like that, made by, obviously, Hedgehog Engine from the console version, and the handheld version has been made by DIMS. So, which reminds me, it's been about 8 years ago since we actually last heard about DIMS for... I think the last time we heard about DIMS, it was actually when they made the worst version of Sonic Lost World, which is on the 3DS, and that's pretty much about it. So I don't know if they might bring back DIMS or something like that, but I highly doubt it. Might not likely, but because of the forms of the, well, how terrible the 3DS version went on the Sonic Lost World. Although, I honestly still recommend the Wii U version of Sonic Lost World, despite the forms of nerve-wracking difficulty. And, of course, I can still recommend Sonic Generations for the 3DS if I can usually play that game on the go, and able to experience some different levels that was not found on the console version, which, you know, for the sake of this year in 2021, it kinda does feels a bit slightly similar to both, you know, Mario Party the Top 100 as well as Mario Party Superstars. Like, the console version, it was pretty awesome, especially noticeable you can play that game on the go again, like experiencing the previous Mario Party minigames again, but this time in gorgeous HD and stuff like that, which is impressive. And on top of that, with full control supports, like, you know, you can either use the Switch Pro controller or the Joy-Con Grip controller, or just the regular Joy-Cons, just like Super Mario Party. But also, you can now able to, I think certainly it's possible I can able to play the game with the GameCube controller, potentially, to able to actually experience my good old days of the GameCube Mario Party games again, like back in the past anyway, so I think that might actually get some potentials, so... But yeah, that's pretty cool and all that stuff, and I somehow accidentally dodged through that spikes over there. That's mainly because I was trying to aim for that blue present, so... Yeah, I'm quite surprised that, yeah, we're almost nearly done with the second plus world, which I can't even believe I'm saying this, but this has gone a lot quicker than I was expected. Oh, and by the way, don't do that, by the way, because obviously that, you know, if you don't activate Mini Mario at all, and if he sits there, and if you, while you do all the busy work, then obviously that Mini Mario will be able to instantly die by the Rhino, so yeah, it's something worth noting for the sake of time. So, yeah, I can't believe it's been 10 years ago since, wow, since those games have been released in the UK, which is, you know, kind of scary, kind of think about it, for, you know, releases come, so, yeah, jeez. And I have no idea why I just got stuck right there, but, I somehow let Mini Mario dies in the spikes too. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this level can be tricky at times, if only you get out to get a lot of memorization of what you're supposed to do. We've been trying to obtain those 3 presents combined, so... Again, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, at this point I think we should probably try to, you know, aim as many of those extra lives as we could, because obviously, as I said, that the game will get a lot difficult as you progress, especially noticeable likely for, certain later progressionings throughout, so... is it possible I could? Nah, it doesn't work like that, because Mini Mario also dies on that exact same spot. Okay, so quick edit right there, because I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. So basically, well, at least in terms of the 3 presents anyway, well, basically we need to carry this Rhino over towards the, well, let's just say, well, first of all, I need to grab that present up there, so just in case I can get that yellow present up there, and toss the actual Rhino over there, and activate the blue switch, so just in case we can able to... I just realized about the fact that I don't think there's any, blue blocks to be found around here, so, yeah, I'm guessing it's just a matter of, like, a temporarily, appearance of the blue block as a platform, so yeah, I totally get what this is going, so thankfully we managed to solve this, so there we go. There we go indeed, especially noticeable how the fact that, well, potentially speaking, we get ourselves our next star. So yeah, again, I do apologize for that jump cut right there. It's mainly because of how the fact that I believe that I just got interrupted by something. So, but that's okay, because, well, we're almost nearly at the end of World 2 Plus anyway, so we now moved on to the boss fight right now. So the actual boss fight against Donkey Kong in World 2 Plus plays out exactly the same as in regular World 2, except now that it now adds some spikes, which makes it a little bit tougher and difficult, and also on top of that, well, honestly, there's not much else different about this boss fight aside from adding more spikes, and also they now start to toss in more of those hungry little enemies right there, which I don't remember their names all that much though. Although, once again, 4 hits on him and you should be good to go. And I'm very quiet and chief about that as well, is the fact that, wow, I managed to do this on my first attempts too. One of the mini Marios was actually pulling Mario's mustache. That must have been kind of painful, but hey, at least Mario doesn't mind it. So anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for World 2 Plus, and now we move on back into Fire Mountain, but this time in the Plus world.
Come back here, you big monkey!
Yep, we'll definitely go after him, Mario, so I think we should end things off here. So join me next time on Let's Play Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and that is the fact that we are moving on to Fire Mountain Plus. So, yeah, I'll see you guys on next Tuesday. Later, fellas.